Hi, my name is Tim Bobka. I'm a support engineer at AMP Media. By the end of this tutorial, you should have a good understanding of how you can actually protect your live streams from being played back by unauthorized websites. If we're playing back HLS, then it's loading up these M308 files. We can easily see where that link is. And we can just take that, go to any HLS player, for example, Live Push, and play that back like this. And that's going to play, even if it's unauthorized. So how can we protect this from websites from playing it back like that? Well, what we need to do is we need to use NGINX server in front of AMP Media server. We've got this discussion here going in GitHub, and someone asked the question how to secure streams from being embedded to unauthorized websites and domains with AMP Media server. We've already gone through this bit by how we can restrict the iframe from loading up. But here, what if you want to restrict the referrer or the restrict who can load up the M308 file in a video player? This is an example NGINX configuration file which you can use. You need to have two server blocks here. We need one for web panel access and one for playback. So here we can see we're using port 443 for playback, and here is port 444 for the web panel. We're using this logic to check for the referrer, which is going to define our authorized websites. So the reason why we can't log in using port 443 is because if we try to, we're going to get refused because there will be no referrer. So we're going to use a separate server block with a different port in order to use web panel. I've already done that here, and I actually use port 5443. I'll show you the configuration files and what I've done. I copied it all directly in here, and there's my web panel access, and here is port 443. So you can see at the moment I'm actually allowing W3 Schools live push testing. Now let's say we refuse that. Okay, let's comment that out like this. We're going to do we're going to restart. Now what you might have noticed as well is that through the web panel it's actually generated the embed code using 5443. So you need to be careful that if you're going to send this out, if you're going to generate it from your web panel and send it out, make sure you remove the port from the source link. Now if we load this up, it's forbidden because it's not authorized. Similarly, if I try and load this up on port 443, it's forbidden because it's unauthorized. Okay, now it's also important to remember that the reason you need to remove port 5443 is because this is unsecure. Like, it will load it up because there's no logic to prevent it from loading, because we need access via the web panel. So it's important that nobody else knows about port 5443. So let's go ahead and authorize these websites. Go back to our configuration here, and like I said, I've already done it earlier, and I'm just going to take you through what I've done. So we're going to allow live push, we're going to allow W3 Schools, and we're going to allow testing.ampmedia.cloud. So the reason why we're going to allow testing is so the embed code loads correctly, because when the HLS is loading through the embed code, the referrer is going to be testing.ampmedia.cloud. And similarly, if you're loading up your embed code on port 443, then the referrer is going to be W3 Schools in our example. And of course, live push is where we're trying to load up the HLS directly. So let's save that, restart, and hopefully this should now load. There we go. And hopefully our HLS player should load it too. There we go. And now we've whitelisted it. So there you are. It's very straightforward to do it. Feel free to go back to this discussion and comment if you have any problems or need any other advice. But it's very straightforward, and you can secure your live streams quite easily with using these methods. Thank you very much. Thanks for listening.